Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Just finished up replacing my headlight lenses on the 2008 Mercedes SUV. It's a ml550, awesome car, but the lenses on the headlights were really looking bad, and so I just replaced them with some aftermarket lenses, and I'll talk you through a little bit. I've got some pictures I'm gonna post with this so that you can see the step-by-step process. I'm not really set up to video it all the way through, but I did the best I could with what I've got. So I'm going to show you what I've got. Here you've got the ml550 Mercedes, and with the new lens covers on there. It's not bad. I didn't have to take off the whole front bumper cover and grill. Basically all you do is you remove this bolt here and this bolt, both 10 millimeters, as well as a bolt in right here. It's 10 millimeter. Pull these two pin clips out, and that'll release that. Same thing over here. You got your headlight. You've got a bolt here to remove and a bolt here, and then on each side you've got 3 pin clips right along the fender well there. 1, 2, 3 right there, and then right below, let's see if I can catch this, right behind this flap is your sheet metal screw that has to be removed right up in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. And then once that's removed, you can pull out on your fender guard here. You're gonna pull out just a little bit and pull forward, and that'll give you some slack in this whole front section. Oh, also right here, when you remove this bolt, you need to lift this up, because there's a collar that this slips over. There's 2 pieces of plastic here, so you need to carefully lift those lips up, get it off that collar, so this will spring forward. There's also like a tongue groove here that it's got to slide out of. So when you pull it out away from it, right behind here you have a 3rd bolt that holds this headlight in, and it's a 10 millimeter also. So once you pull this out a little ways, you can go ahead and remove that screw, and then you'll have enough room to pull this headlight out, undo your electrical plug-ins, take it over to your workbench, put it in a box, tape it up, put your blow dryer in there, leave it for 15-20 minutes. It'll heat up this sealant that's on the inside, and but prior to heating it up, you go ahead and pull this rubber guard off the outside. Also go on the inside and remove any screws you can get to. I believe there's 3 screws on the back side of your housing, which will allow you to pull this cover off once it's heated up. And now there's a liner in here inside this cover. All that chrome plastic piece is attached to your lens. So once you heat it up for 15-20 minutes, tape it off. It doesn't have to be perfectly sealed, but just tape it off in the box, and you'll see the pictures the way I did it. Find a box big enough for it to set in. You don't need to remove the electronic module on the bottom. Leave that on. There's 3 screws that go through the plastic that actually hold that inner liner cover, pulling it all together. And then so when you remove that, that'll allow you to heat it up inside your box for 15-20 minutes again. And once you pull it out, then you'll be able to start to pry it apart, get you a wide flat screwdriver and slowly pull it apart, and then you can pull it apart and you'll see the pictures. Just trim up the excess. Some people will go back and put new sealant in there, but there was so much sealant in there, I thought, you know what, it's still hot. I just shoved it back together, trimmed off the excess, shoved it back together. Seemed to work good. And then just be careful with your lens when you go back to put it together. But yeah, when this comes off, you'll have an inner liner that has like 5 screws on the inside, 4 or 5 screws. You remove those screws so you can separate those 2 pieces and put your new lens cover on. Put it back together. You can see I used some clamps to clamp it together in places. Now when I pulled the old lens cover off, I did just break the old clips off, so you're not fighting that. Just break them off. They break off real easy on the old ones. And then when I went to put the new one on, it was really hard to get these in, so I just took a little screwdriver and used it as a pry bar and slowly put pressure on it, which will compress that fitting until I was able to press that down and slip it over it. And then I left it clamped. Anywhere there was a gap, I used some clamps. You'll see the clamps in the pictures. And let it sit about 15-20 minutes just to let that rubber cool down and hold that seal. And then went back together with it. Fairly simple. You'll see that there's a metal bar that I removed that holds these two pieces together. Your fender and your fender skirting, as well as your fender skirting. It holds those two together. It's about 8 inches long. Runs along there. I couldn't get either side to go back on with the little plastic clip that's in there. I just removed the plastic clip. It was able to pop right in, slide it together, and run my screw in the front here, and then start putting my pop rivets back in. So that worked good. But yeah, man, I'm really happy with the job. Probably spent about 2 hours per side. I did one side at a time, only because I didn't want to make sure. I want to make sure I remembered exactly how it went back together. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching Ozark Mountain Garage, and hopefully this will help you when you go and replace any lens covers for your headlights that are all scuffed up. Some people will sand them down and put a clear coat on there, but that winds up peeling. Still looks like junk. But for the most part, I think I've tried it. It didn't work very well. So anyway, yeah, hopefully this will help you. Please like and subscribe. Didn't cost anything. And thank you for watching Ozark Mountain Garage. Have a good day.